Good afternoon, members of Huron County Council. Good afternoon to members of the senior management team and all members of the public who are joining us today for this important inaugural session of Huron County Council. At this time, I would like to indicate that council meetings are available live through Zoom and recordings may be posted online on the County of Huron's YouTube channel. You may be seen and or heard as part of these broadcasts, and your name, comments, and presentation materials will then become part of the public record. So at this time, I would like to call this meeting to order. As I indicated, this is the inaugural session, and I would like to welcome members of the public and do the land acknowledgement for the County of Huron. So we acknowledge that the land we stand upon today is the traditional territories of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Neutral peoples, and is connected to the Dish with One Spoon Wampum, under which multiple nations agreed to care for the land and its resources by the Great Lakes in peace. We also acknowledge the Upper Canada Treaties signed in regards to this land, which include Treaty number 29 and Treaty 45.5. We recognize First Peoples' continued stewardship of the land and water, as well as the historical and ongoing injustices they face in Canada. We accept responsibility as a public institution and as treaty people to renew relationships with First Nation, Métis, and Inuit people through reconciliation, community service, and respect. So in terms of the order of business, at this time, I will call for a motion to declare duly elected warden for Huron County for the years 2024 through to 2026. As per the procedural bylaw number 2022-060, candidates wishing to run for the position of warden must submit their intention to the clerk 7 days prior to the inaugural meeting. One submission was received. So at this time, I will ask for a mover and a seconder that Jamie Heffer, County Councillor from the municipality of Morris Turnbury, be declared appointed as Warden of the County of Huron for 2024-2026 until his successor is appointed. So I'm looking at Councillor Dietrich. And could I get a seconder for that, please?
I would like to second that.
Councillor Harding, please. Call that motion to vote. Thank you very much. At this time, I would ask past Warden McNeil and Warden Jamie to come to the front. Okay, perfect. The declaration of office will now be repeated. I, Jamie Heffer,
I, Jamie Heffer,
having been elected or appointed to the office of warden
having been elected or appointed to the office of warden
for the corporation of the County of Huron,
for the corporation of the County of Huron,
do solemnly promise and declare that
do solemnly promise and declare that
I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability.
I will truly, faithfully exercise this office to the
Best of
best
my
of my
knowledge
and
and
ability.
ability. I have not received
I have not received
and will not receive
and will not receive
any payment or reward or promise thereof
any payment, reward, or promise thereof
for the exercise of this office
for the exercise of this office
in a biased,
in a biased,
corrupt,
corrupt,
or in any other improper manner.
or in any other improper manner.
I will disclose any pecuniary interest,
I will disclose any pecuniary interest,
direct or indirect,
direct or indirect,
in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act.
in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act.
I will be faithful
I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to His Majesty,
to His Majesty,
King Charles III.
King Charles III.
And I make this solemn promise
and I make this solemn promise
and
and
declaration,
declaration,
conscientiously believing it to be true,
conscientiously believing it to be true,
and knowing that it is of the same force
and knowing that it is of the same force
and effect
and effect
as if made under oath.
as if made under oath.
Congratulations.
Jamie, congratulations. It is a pleasure for me with this bond. And I doubt if you'll ever need that. And the warden's pin.
Thank you.
Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you very much. And at this time, I would like to pass the meeting order to newly elected Warden Heffer.
Thank you, Megan. I wrote it out because I knew my memory wouldn't last under the pressure like this. But I would like to thank County Council for the honor of letting me represent you as the Warden of Huron County for the remainder of this term. And when you're acclaimed, it gives you a moment to just stop and ponder, what did I do? And why was everybody else smart enough not to do it? And what was I missing? But you knew better than to stick your necks out like this. But I truly believe that any one of us on County Council should be able to step into this role. And I thank you for enabling me to do this on your behalf. And I want to thank Glenn for his leadership in the last 4 years. And Glenn, you've set a standard that's very high and have demonstrated a real commitment to promoting Huron County. And on behalf of County Council, we thank you for that. At this midpoint of our term, I would suggest that we take some time to review the strategic goals that we set when we began this term and call it a midterm health check, if you will. And we need to determine if our goals and priorities need any adjustments as we move the business of the corporation forward for the next 2 years. Past Warden McNeil handed me the gavel a few minutes ago, and I realize it is symbolic, and I really hope that I never have to use it. And I trust that we will work with each other, respecting each other's views and perspectives so that we will make good, sound, and consistent decisions on behalf of the residents of Huron County. As I chair your meetings, there are 3 things that I'm going to ask of you. And if alliteration helps, you think of the 3 C's. I'm going to ask that you be clear. I'm going to ask that you be concise. And I'm going to ask that you be considerate. And if we do that, then we'll be able to work together, build on the strengths that we have, and move Huron County forward. So thank you for the opportunity to be your warden. Some introductions and some special guests here today, many, and hope I'm not going to miss any. But I'm going to start with Morris Turnberry. And I do have a good showing of Morris Turnberry Council here today, and just want to recognize, if you would stand, please, Councillor Jamie McCollum, Councillor Jody Snell, and Councillor Sharon Zinn. And on behalf of staff of Morris Turnberry, I have Kirk Livingston, our Chief Building Official and Drainage Superintendent, and Trevor Helm, our CAO Clerk. And I really want to thank this team for giving me the support to take this step. And it's easy to take a step like this when you know that everything is working smoothly at home. So I really appreciate the staff I have and the council I can work with. So thank you for that. Some family members joining us today. So I'm going to start with my oldest brother, Doug, and his wife, Judy, with us today. And they are residents of Lambton County, but they keep an eye on Huron County all the time. So glad that you could make it. And my brother, Dave, resident of Morris Turnberry, and thank you for coming. And of course, my next door nemesis, Paul, who is joining us as a counselor. Thank you. And I was supposed to have a couple kids show up, but that didn't happen. So, but Councilor McClellan, they use his guideline. Yeah. So, but I will introduce my lovely wife, Lori. And she's, of course, my wife, but my assistant. And for those of us that deal with municipal politics, our partners, our spouses are the ones that are the first line of defense, especially when you get those interesting phone calls, which we all get sometimes more than we need to. And so she's the one that is the first one up, hitting the bat with the telephone and dealing with that. And then gets to hear the other half of the conversation as it continues on. And when we're done, she always reminds me that I'm glad it's your headaches and not mine, because I would hurt somebody. So my lovely wife, Lori. So I would like to ask Dawson Hallahan to come forward, and you have greetings on behalf of our MPP, Lisa Thompson. So welcome, Dawson. And I do believe that somebody's opening the door. And Lisa sent me a text this morning with congratulations and her regrets that she could not join us. So Dawson, welcome.
Thank you, Warden. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy to be here on behalf of MPP Thompson today to recognize an important transition in Huron County as we congratulate and welcome Jamie Heffer as our new warden and thank Glenn McNeil for his dedicated leadership. Glenn, your steady guidance and commitment have greatly benefited our community. We are grateful for your service and the positive impact you have made. MPP Thompson has always been very grateful and working alongside you as warden and looks forward to collaborating with you still in your capacity as mayor of ACW. Your dedication has guided Huron County through significant challenges, and your contributions will have a lasting impact on this community. Jamie, we are excited to have you lead us forward. Your experience, vision, and dedication to Huron County will serve us well as we continue to grow and thrive. MPP Thompson is excited to continue working with you and is confident that under your leadership, the county will continue to thrive and grow. Leadership requires resilience, collaboration, and deep commitment to the community. We are confident you will guide us through with integrity and purpose. Congratulations, Jamie. We look forward to working with you and supporting your efforts to build a strong, vibrant future here for Huron County.
Thank you, Dawson. And Bill Strong is joining us on behalf of Ben Lobb, our MP for Huron Bruce. So welcome, Bill.
Good excuse me. Good afternoon, everyone. Warden Hefner, and all elected guests and officials. Today it brings greetings on behalf of Ben Lobb, our federal member of parliament, and the government of Canada. Huron County Council has benefited with superb leadership in the past and from dedicated municipal representatives. In the past, there has been certainly no reason to believe that this will not continue in the coming season. To those who are serving on council, sure that with the dedication and enthusiasm that is instilled in all of you, you look forward to the challenges of a very busy, productive year. Warden Heffer, on behalf. Aye. Oh, I thought I had to hang on to it. Okay. Warden Heifer, from your municipal experience, and you will serve the county well. From MP Ben Lobb, you have his continued support. To all the members of County Council, congratulations and have a wonderful year. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Yay. We'll put them on the
So just put them on the spot and as they come in and. So ladies and gentlemen, this is my daughter Jessica and our youngest granddaughter Eve. And they are residents of Howick Township, so a long drive this morning. And my son Jonathan, who is a business owner and operator in Howick Township as well. So Doug, it looks like all things Howick today. So welcome to join us. So I'm going to ask for the appointment of the striking committee, and on that striking committee is going to be the warden, the immediate past warden, one counselor, which is an appointee of the warden, and our CAO, Megan Wark. And there is a motion that that would consist of the immediate past warden, Councillor Jim Dietrich, CAO Megan Wark, and myself, and I'd be looking for a mover and a seconder to approve that motion. So Councillor Klopp and seconded by Councillor McClellan. Those in favor? And that is carried. So we are going to break for the striking committee to put the names on the different committees and appointments for the next 2-year term. And as we do that, we'll probably take a few minutes and we will come back. So just take some time, chill out, work back and forth with some networking, and don't stray far from the council chambers. We will come back shortly. So.
That one good team.
So welcome back. We are going to continue with our meeting and wrap it up here. And the striking committee met, and our CAO, Megan Wark, is going to read off the appointments.
Thank you very much. Through you, Mr. Warden, just a note to County Council that this document will also be circulated out to you as well. And in terms of the appointment to committees, are you good, Susan? Okay. Okay. For the library board, we have 2 individuals who are on that on behalf of County Council. We will have Councillor Becker and Councillor Bazinet, as well, of course, as Warden Heifer. Accessibility Advisory, Warden Heifer, as well as Councillor Noel. The Economic Development Board, we have Warden Heifer, past Warden McNeil, as well as Councillor Bazinet. Water Protection Steering Committee, we have Councillor McClellan, Councillor Paul Heifer, Councillor Dietrich, Councillor Ginn, Councillor McNeil, past Warden McNeil. The Huron Clean Water Review Committee, we have Councillor Dietrich, Councillor McClellan. Next, Community Futures Board of Directors, Councillor Noel. Sustainability Plan Steering Committee, we have Councillors Heifer and Klopp. Local Immigration Partnership, we have Anderson, Councillors Anderson and Finch. Poverty to Prosperity, we have Councillor Vanstone. Huron Stewardship Council, we have Councillor Finch. The Finance Committee, we have representation there. The Warden, Councillor B. McClellan, Councillor Dietrich, past Warden McNeil, Councillor Klopp. Nuclear Innovation Institute Clean Energy Frontier Program, we have the Warden and past Warden McNeil. St. Lawrence Great Lakes Cities Initiative, we have Councillor McNeil, or past Warden McNeil, pardon me. It'll take me a while to get used to this. Under SWIFT, we have past Warden Ginn. Museum Collections, we have Councillor Vanstone. Affordable Housing and Homelessness Committee, we have the Warden, and then we have Councillor Finch, Councillor Bazinet, and past Warden McNeil. That is the report, Mr. Warden.
Thank you, Megan. So at this time, I would be looking for a motion to accept the report of the striking committee as it's been presented to us. So Councillor Basnet, seconded by Councillor Harding. Those in favor? And that is carried. And we are moving on to our bylaws, and the bylaw is bylaw number 24087, being a bylaw to appoint the members to the various boards and committees. Do I have a mover and a seconder for that bylaw? Councillor Becker, Councillor Noel, those in favor, and that is carried. And the upcoming meetings are listed there for you to review. Just make sure you're aware of where you're to be and when you're to be there. And there is one new one added on for economic development that will be on December 11th. So peruse that at your convenience and make yourself aware of where you need to be. So I'd be looking now for a confirmatory bylaw, someone to put that motion forward to confirm our actions for this afternoon. Councillor McClellan and McClellan.
I know, right?
Those in favor, and that is carried. And now to the best part of the meeting. And I expect that there's been some anticipation as how this is going to go. And for those of you in the gallery, I've tried for 6 years to adjourn a meeting and was only successful last week when Councillor Dietrich finally let me do it. So there's an unwritten rule that Councillor Dietrich adjourns all meetings at Huron County. And I guess when it's an unwritten rule, you got to follow it. And I strove hard to do it, but all I could ever do was second it. And now it's who's going to take my place doing that. So I know that so Dietrich and Heifer does have a ring to it. So those in favor of adjournment, and that is carried. Thank you very much for coming. And I would invite you all to join us at Beach Street Station and just make your way down there. If you don't know where it is, most people in the room would know, so ask. And enjoy some time together. Take the time to network and have some fun together. And you know, sometimes we deal with some heavy stuff, and a little bit of lightning just takes the edge off. So thank you for showing up, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon.